1. Record flight in the world of birds. Vultures are constantly soaring high above, looking for prey. They use ascending air currents and rise very high, which allows them to monitor a huge area. Ruppel's vulture is considered to be the author of the record-breaking bird flight in the history of observation. In 1973, it was seen at 37,000 feet, 1,278 meters, over Côte d'Ivoire. This is considerably higher than Everest. Normally birds are unable to fly that high because there is not enough oxygen in the thin air to breathe. Studies of this vulture have revealed several features of its hemoglobin and several cardiovascular adaptations that allow it to breathe in a rarefied atmosphere, Tomset explains. 2. Africa's most voracious. Every tourist who comes to Africa assumes that lions, hyenas, leopards, cheetahs, wild dogs and jackals are the main consumers of wild animals. But this is not the case, says the ecologist. As an example, he cites the Serengeti National Park, where the total mass of fallen grazing animals is estimated to exceed 40 million tons per year. Carnivorous mammals account for only 36% of this figure, with vultures accounting for the rest. Bacteria and larvae compete with them, but birds remain the largest consumers of carrion. Their role in ecosystems as ultimate biomass recyclers is to prevent the spread of disease and regulate the numbers of other scavengers such as wild dogs. 3. Space without borders. Vultures travel great distances in search of food. Researchers recently described the route of one of Ruppel's vultures. From its nest in Tanzania, it flew for food to Kenya, Sudan, and Ethiopia. Such bird behavior and shameless disregard for national borders sometimes cause international scandals. At the turn of 2010 and 2011, a white-headed vulture carrying a GPS transmitter with the marks of Tel Aviv University fell into the hands of Saudi authorities, giving rise to an outburst of spy mania. 4. Natural antiseptic. The habit of vultures urinating on their own feet has been noted in Turkey. Scientists suspect that this behavior is part of hygienic measures to provide protection against disease. The acid present in the urine may act as an antiseptic, sterilizing the feet of birds in active contact with rotting flesh during feeding. 5. Electrical expansion. Vultures in South Africa are expanding their range along power lines, traveling thousands of kilometers. Power line poles are used by the birds as resting and nesting places. Nevertheless, electricity can be dangerous to birds. In addition, power lines pass through habitable regions near livestock raising areas, making birds more vulnerable to poisoning. 6. Varied diet. A common food of vultures is the remains of dead animals. But not all vultures follow a strict meat diet. The palm vulture enjoys diversifying its menu with palm nuts, figs, fish, and sometimes birds. In carcasses, he prefers to scavenge for larvae and insects. 7. Tough stomachs. The warthog vulture, Gypaetus barbatus, is the only member of the animal world whose diet consists 70 to 90% of bones. Their stomachs can handle food inaccessible to other species. Vultures are known for their incredibly high levels of stomach acidity. Their gastric juices are capable of destroying bacteria, including cholera and anthrax pathogens that are deadly to many other species. The vultures' bodies also produce antibodies that help fight botulism toxins. Even if the disease has killed their prey, vultures can use it for food without ill effects. The black vulture is one of the largest birds of prey in the world. Its body length is 75 to 115 centimeters, its wingspan is up to 2.8 m, and its weight is 10 to 12 kilograms. The vulture makes a sound similar to a low whistling hiss. In some ancient religions, the vulture was considered a sacred bird. Tuvans, Tibetans and Hindus entrusted their dead to the care of vultures. The main deities of Babylon, Assyria and ancient Egypt were depicted with the head of a vulture. The image of a vulture is found in the breast ornament of the pharaoh Tutankhamun.